to that point. Alright, I'm gonna say something that's gonna make a lot of y'all cringe right now. There's a reason why we do this. A long time ago when he was young, I mean he's old, he's older than me. Like half of his life ago. Right? Half of his life ago he was a skinhead. And during one of his you were in a rehab, right? He was in a rehab? Psychiatric ward. He was in a psychiatric ward, met a dude who had AIDS and spoke with him and basically turned his whole life around and came out a different person. And y'all thinking, ain't that American History X? No, that was a jig. We all do something stupid in our lives, right? That we look back on, what the fuck was I doing? And ever since then, man, this dude has graced the stages with the most prolific poems that I've ever heard come out of anybody's mouth. Like, he knows history like you don't even believe, right? This dude is such a beast. Made it to HBO 4 times. Is at every national poetry slam I've ever known. And when I told Jones was like, really? Like, X-Men? Okay, you think it's gonna be alright? I'm like, I know about Mello Mondays. My people at Mello Mondays, look, if they have an Asian host, God damn it. They can take anything. You know what I mean? Because I know that y'all have nothing but love. So right now, I want y'all to give a big, thunderous round of applause. Jason Carney!
How y'all doing? Word. I enjoy the hell out of South Florida. I've had a great time here. I want to thank everybody that's been so nice to me while I've been here. Man, y'all got a cool ass place. Hey, thank you. Thank you for coming. Are there any mamas in the house? Mamas? I'll tell you what, the most honest thing I'm going to tell you tonight is this. I would trade every fucking home I have, being on TV, any of that bullshit, if I could just sit down and have some pot roast and a hug one more time, you know what I mean? So, word, that's truthful. This is, do you? But you're not my mama. But we could pretend it would be great. So this is for all the mamas and for mine. My mother, the revolutionary, gave her life to raise me. Bones struck a breeze over tears as the fist of men raging into the night as love became autoerotic asphyxiation behind a safe way without the sex. He was choking the life out of her. And she was just too much of a girl to truly understand that bones struck a breeze, there's no safety in tears, and no matter how many years you remove, you ain't never that far away. My mother, the revolutionary, remembers these things. This is how she was born. Conjugal restless, bring no warn, you do not tread on her. She was strands of silk comfort around her throat, so tightly friction became smoke and harmony. A monument of a fire. Thecula, the female Hebrew priest of Christ, who rose from the flames of flesh and not burned. The stench of her cinch hair was of magnolia. Her bones struck her being out of the weighted Roman spears. She would not believe for them, nor sing their song of mercy. Only muttering the glory of words they would never comprehend. Thecula, forever struggling in the shadows, dust rising off forgotten languages, the lucid mythology of the dreams of walking, the penetrating knowledge within the elegance of a child. Thecula, mortar of the wounds of the past, the laying on of hands, hearing the healing call of silence between the words, and the faith that somewhere in the lake of getting a thought was God and the unhindered all of all her children. Thecula, my mother, the revolutionary. At age 7, she wore one-eyed clothes for 2 months, paralyzed like a doctor's ignorance, because why was the direction no one could look until at age 36, after 29 years of bone-blinding migraines, she loved the succulence of aneurysms. Red, black, plush, black velvet bows around optical nerves, and that year Christmas was a silent night in NYU's ICU, laying there fighting for your life. So blessed are the merciful, those that believe in the laying on of hands. And my mother, the revolutionary, came to believe. Stronger than any man I've ever known. She walked out 2 weeks later, vowing never to look back. Knowing that your intent in life is not your outward appearance, she walked the tightrope of fear and adultery. And if the years of being beaten by men in the formula of years, the pounding her head, the year was a sacrifice thrown by her feet. She lived her scars as beautiful into fulfilling of dreams, and her dreams came true. BA, MFA, Juris Doctorate, high school teacher, 10 years running in the same district that kicked her out 30 years earlier because she chose my life over her own. My mother, the revolutionary, knew the price of success. Hard work, diligence. Walking on water is an impossibility, boys. See, damn well better plan on getting wet. You gotta relish those things that scare you. Challenge yourself to be naked amid the scorn of others. Follow your heart and never, ever look back. Before she died, my mother, the revolutionary, didn't like to go in public anymore. Her right eye just kind of wandered uncontrollably. And when she was reading a book, she really was like a piece of art hanging on the wall. No matter where you were in the room, she was watching. She knew the value of being able to laugh at herself. In the face of so many medications and so often the presence of seizures, one cannot wither with the strength of pain. If it doesn't kill you, it would make you stronger, she would say within the grimace of a tear. My mother, the revolutionary, was tired of being strong. She liked to have her hair stroked when her eyes rolled back onto her tongue, teeth clenched around the name which you no longer remember. You see, epilepsy became like my father. She was tired of being strong, knowing nothing more than to clench your fist and fight. That you walk on water when it were possible, boy. It was the heads of the passage and the vengeance of a smile. Knowledge cures ignorance, and the pumping of one's own heart can be the most arduous of songs. My mother, the revolutionary, had the revelation of who she was, and the heaviness of her bones would prove it. And that's the only revolution worth fighting. Because a long time, it ain't ever long enough when you require little effort to breathe. Yeah! This really disturbs me. When kids go to school this year, they're going to open up their brand new history books, and they're going to read about something called the North Atlantic Trade Triangle. And that is some fucked up shit. I am really sick of living in a fucking country that allows white people to mask their fucking genocide. And we thought slavery what it fucking was. It was fucking genocide. So this is for every white person that thought of the grand term North Atlantic Trade Triangle. White America. Who we are is not hidden. It's cumbersome like regret. It both like a photograph, motionless and grainy, a black and white still frame, a picture postcard of mentions. Sound of the blood, the smell of fire, fingerprints burned off bodies, hung from trees, nailed to poles, lynched like animals. Hatred is the silence of the veins that bring it form to a stone. This is American truth, timeless, inescapable. Justice don't need dip. Running at a trip alley, pissing himself like a scared dog. Rocky James was beaten, stabbed, hung and shot, had half his burned head stuck on a stake in Illinois City Park. How many ways we gotta kill a man before we take his dignity? What's more vulgar? The hooded secret gatherings in the back roads of the picnics and the town squares. White families wearing their Sunday's best and choir and timely hats and a revival of baseball bats. Open bellies and fresh meat sandwiches. They dragged from a courthouse just after lunch. Jesse Washington, with a thick black flesh cloud of human smoke, his proper children poked his death with a curious stick. So here it is, Laura Nelson, hanging from a bridge next to her 15-year-old son. See, they accused that woman of stealing. So they raped her. Gave her salvation by letting her ripple the tips of her toes against a clandestine surface of the water. She looked so peaceful, escaping our ancestors' claws. Here it is, Mary Turner. Hung upside down at 8 months pregnant, split along the gut. Here it is, like an umbilical cord dangling and unwinding backbeat, but Mary's shout made no sound, crushed to the heel of the boots. It knew not offend me, only the blister voices tattered with hate, sing with the lushness of a bled-out bruise. In the Georgia backwoods, sweating with the salvation of hymnals, you can almost hear those ghosts singing in the chariots. Ain't so damn sweet when you get around. Dirt roads gotta be cold places to die. So here it is, these photographs, picture postcards of lynchings, sounding like America, sounding like gurgles of death. A first call of freedom shot through the mouth of Memphis, where dreams of furnace and blood we wipe on our shirt and carry as pilgrim to a new distortion, sounding like gurgles of death. But the blood on our street, that's the coldness of our memory. So here it is, not to be forgotten, but we don't know how many people have died in this land at the hands of racist laughter. Equality, muffled underneath our laughter, and the right to death is given so freely. From the 1840s Negro men who were force-fed coke, his backs broke from long hours and no pay on the banks of the mighty Mississippi, to the way crack kernels to stardust, and to the way to handgun freedom. 450 blind-eyed years, white folks silent, running from this drugged-up torture, not much change. 2 out of 3 juveniles sentenced to death in this land are American children of color. Not much changing. 1 in 5 black men on death row were convicted by an all-white jury. Not much changing. In the great state of Texas, if you're black, you're 5 times more likely to get the death penalty for killing a person that's white. Lynch bombs, they ain't dead, and becoming an alien of the scales of justice. This is American truth. Hatred is as silent as those who turn their eyes to it. Silence is guilty as the fact ain't no difference between Lord as a hanger from that bridge and whatever young jailed black you can see on the news. This is America. A perverse call of freedom like fingerprints burned off bodies, like a fake gurgle strapped to a table like laughter singing, not much changing going on out here.